I was just about to say that I've been fucking around with like Twitter finally, and like
I see that.
like teach myself how to use that, and of course went in and figured out how to like retweet everything on the show page and shit, so that I could teach myself. Anyways,
you're adulting.
I think it's good.
You're adulting, mid-30s, and you're learning Twitter.
Yeah, dude, I'm learning how to twit. But so I'm like when you sign up or whatever, and you're like going through the feed the first time, and it's like people to follow and like popular things to consider and shit like that, and I'm just like going down the list, and I'm thinking like, okay, like what do I I see comedians that I like and stuff like that, and different bands or people from bands or whatever, and then obviously there's like a bunch of like political shit, right? The White House, Donald Trump, Joe Biden, Barry Sanders, and Bernie Sanders. And,
Walter Payton.
Yeah, exactly.
The fridge.
The other Paytons. And
get some cold cuts. Get some cold cuts.
I'm thinking like, yeah, I'll go ahead and follow these people too. I want to stay up on current events and have that stuff in my feed on occasion, so I can it's not like I moved on after the selecting popular people to follow and like refreshed my feed, and now it's nothing but like political noise, and I fucking hate it, and so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna abandon Twitter.
Has your number just been bombarded with either left or right just coming at you being like blah blah blah, this is what Donald Trump's done, vote? Have you gotten those text messages about that shit? Because that's all, dude. I get 5 to 10. Someone out there, and it's probably Scott, probably put me on some jackass list, because I get 5 to 10 political texts a day, all from right and left. It doesn't matter. It's all across the board telling me why I should vote for their side, and I'm just like, this sucks. You haven't gotten any of that? I'm on some type of list for sure.
Daily.
I've not had one. I have not had
you get shit like that, Kyle?
Text message.
I think we're looking at weird shit online or something. We're probably doing stuff we shouldn't be, and we're paying for it right now.
You guys don't use like VPNs and shit, or what?
So I'm in between
I'm out
VPNs
of
right
Malaysia
now.
right now, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Actually, it's interesting you guys are talking about politics, though, because I was actually going to mention something, and it was a bit interesting and kind of upsetting, because I generally don't like to talk politics, but there's an upset. I know they say right now a third party is probably not the best for the election as far as, everything going to shit and making everything worse than it already is, but there is a third party that I thought you guys might want to know about. He is a former child star, and he's made a lot of money in cryptocurrency, and he's thrown his hat in the ring for the presidential election. You might recognize this guy from the movie First Kid, or also possibly alongside Emilio Estevez in The Mighty Ducks. So his name is Brock Pierce. And he is running for president.
I'm Googling it.
Yeah, I gotta get into that here.
Brock Pierce.
He was in The Mighty Ducks alongside Joshua Jackson.
Oh, that guy.
Oh, yeah, I recognize him.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But could you not help but go to some rally and just be quack, quack,
Oh,
quack?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Without a doubt,
I don't
that's
even
what's
know
happening.
I don't know what his platform is or any of that.
Oh,
but
dude, he was the good-looking kid, right? That was dating a girl in the movie. He always had the love interest in the movie, right? Like he was the kid with the long hair and
so.
shit. Yeah, dude, I remember.
No, I don't remember, man. It was a long time.
he was
but the
Banks,
kid-
wasn't he?
Yeah, dude, he was Banksy.
Yeah, that's it.
Well,
That was
he
Banksy for sure.
He wasn't
dude.
Banksy because Banksy is the artist. He was Banks.
Whatever, dude.
Fucking.
I think
boy.
Mighty Ducks was first.
Jesus.
Mighty Ducks was first.
He's not a London-based artist.
Oh my
that
God,
doesn't...
Derek, shut the fuck up.
Oh,
I know who Banksy is, you turd.
That was a hard F. Can we bleep that out, Kyle?
yep.
What were you saying though before Blade rudely interrupted you?
Yeah, I told you earlier that I had a Harry Potter joke for you.
Oh yes, I'd love to hear it.
Okay, so I'm a professional Quidditch player, okay?
Okay.
I'm a huge fan of the Bulgarian team, and, like in many sports, you probably want to imitate your heroes.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm chasing after the golden snitch. What is my war cry going to be when I grab that sucker?
I don't know.
I'm gonna crumb!
Seriously? You don't say his name in vain like that, Kyle, because he was the best Quidditch player the Bulgarians have ever seen. So watch your dirty mouth, your filthy, filthy mouth. That is a funny joke, though. That's a funny joke. I like that.
Okay, thank you. Okay.
I liked it just because it sounded like you said you were gonna come.
That's exactly what he was.
Funny to me. I know.
Oh yes, come. Okay.
I know enough about Harry Potter to understand what Quidditch is.
Yep.
And what the snitch is, right?
Yeah, snitches.
I
Bitches get
know.
snitches. Snitches get stitches. There you go.
Bitches get stitches.
Bitches. Did I just pound a fifth? Because I feel like.
Start recording now.
Oh yeah. I just hit record.
Yep. Oh, perfect. Hey everybody, welcome. Thank you for joining the Stay at Home Order. It's a bad podcast by people who are also good people, but bad people. No. Hey everybody, welcome to the thing that we do every week that we call the Stay at Home Order. My name is Kyle. I'm with my people's Blade.
Hello.
Derek.
Hi there.
And we like to sometimes go ahead and dig deep and ask ourselves the hard questions.
Like how to make words with our mouth.
Like how to enunciate and make words with our mouthpieces. I'm an alien and I'm used to using my anus to talk like Ace Ventura.
Hello.
I'd like to ask you a question. In your defense, man, you have a full family and you've been drinking and smoking. So enunciation is just bullshit at this point. Mm-hmm. Stress and
I'm more
drugs
concerned about enunciation, making sure I shout into a microphone for an
Get your
extended
point
period
across.
of time.
Get your point across.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm going to thump that tub.
Leave the enunciating to the professionals.
Oh, so what's on the docket?
Right. Derek, I'm so glad that you asked about the docket today.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Hey, Mr. Carter.
You smell it? You smell it in the air?
I can almost smell that weed that you're smoking right now.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the cool air of fall. Leaves coming down, acorns hitting the ceiling.
Mm-hmm. I get it like some pumpkin spice, like some nutmeg maybe I'm getting.
The colors in the trees.
I'm going to tell you straight up right now, I'm basic as hell. I will drink a pumpkin spice latte.
Dude,
no problem.
Stop. I love everything fall, man. I like the colors. I like the fucking spices. I like wearing hoodies all the time. I like being scared. I like everything about this month. The fall time in general. Just fucking love it. I'm all about it. We had a pretty hot and humid summer, so I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I think it's time.
I'm thinking that at the time of this episode's airing, it should be that tomorrow is the 1st of October. Ooh. And I think I've kind of briefly mentioned that we should do something spooky, but wait, do you guys hear that out in the distance?
What is that?
It's Rocktober.
Whoa. Rocktober.
Yeah. Is that Stairway? Hell yeah, dude. What are you guys up to? What's going on lately? I think, I do think that, Derek, you've been playing some video games that you and I are enjoying very, very much. But Blade, what were you saying? You don't know anything about what this is?
About what's it called again? Spellbreak.
It is Spellbreak.
I have downloaded it. I have not.
It is Fortnite
played it.
Sorcerers.
Yep.
Yes, it is just run around.
It's just
frantically.
Just a map full of battle mages, just all throwing spells at each other and yelling out, "Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! Lightning bolt! Shoot! You're dead!" That doesn't happen in it, but it is a pretty badass. So I'm not like all for.
I have fire resistance.
Yep. +10, you're dead. This is bullshit.
I can't shield, pussy.
So, all right.
I fucking love that. I can't even get back on topic because I want him to keep talking in that voice. Yeah. So first
thing you do, you sign on. There's a tutorial. Don't think it's too hard. It's giving you step by step how to be a winner's best number one you can be.
That's right. Listen to Kevin. So what you do, it's so fucking badass. It's literally a battle royale. So you can do either a team of 3, you can do duos, or you can do solos. And you just pop in and you pick an element. So like there's different gauntlets that are on your hands, and you can have 2, one on each hand. So you have a main one and then a side one you find on the map. but like there's like stone, fire, conduit, which is lightning, tempest, which is air, frost. There's did I say stone already? Stone, like you can fucking throw big ass boulders at people. It's a badass game, dude. It's super, super addictive. It came out by Epic Games, free download, free to play, all that good stuff. And yeah, that's what I've been gaming mostly. It's fun. I never liked the Fortnite bullshit, but it feels a lot like Fortnite. It's kind of like that third player, you know what I mean? That view style, but it's way cooler than that. Way cooler.
Like I said, I've downloaded already. I just haven't had an opportunity to, or the desire actually, to play it.
Stop being a pussy and play it.
Shut your fucking mouth, Derek. I'll play it when I want to play it. I'm playing Tsushima right now still.
So have you guys been doing any fall-related things yet? Have you been diving into it, or is this all just a...
I ate a whole apple pie yesterday.
Ooh, fuck off.
That was pretty nice.
Yeah.
It's pie season, so the variety kind of expands because we're also going into the holidays like shortly. I think everybody's got to be on the top of their game for pie season during the fall. You know, let it be pie eating contest, pie baking contest, some contest of baking and then eating it.
All of them are contests. Like, is that the only time that you enjoy pie or other confections? Is like in sporting events?
Just consume the pie as quickly as
competitive.
possible.
Less guilt that way.
I know no evidence.
Do you make your wife like time you? Like, all right, babe, here we go.
No, it's the middle of the night and nobody else is around, and I'm just eating it over the sink.
Yep.
You have to hide food,
splashing
like,
some fucking milk in your face just to kind of break it up a little bit, and then you're crying because you had a stressful day and you're fucking crying because you're stress eating. Did I paint that pretty well?
I feel like that's really close to home, Derek.
Yeah, sorry. Just
it's getting a little personal.
Splash milk.
Why milk?
I don't know. Milk's good with fucking pie. Get off me. It's
not on your face.
I don't know. He's just splashing it. You don't got time to drink it. You breaking some of the fucking crumbles in your mouth up. Shut up.
It's like a sad yet competitive pie eating kind of where you're crying but also trying to eat the pie as fast as you can.
Yep. There's actually a really dope. There's
what
a dope
kind of fucking nightmare world do you guys?
Oh. So there's a really dope breakfast place in Grand Rapids, right? And they have a milkshake where they take a whole piece of pie and just put it in there with ice cream and blend that fucker up. And it's good. It's good. I've had it hungover before because that sounds really good when you're hungover. Just a whole piece of pie. They just take a whole. I think they do cherry, apple, whatever you want. They got a vanilla milkshake. Slam a whole piece of pie in there, blend it up, and throw it in your face.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
No, it's actually it's really, really good. So you guys know the gas station chain around us, Wesco. They always up their game during like the fall season. I feel like I've been walking in to like, you know, do whatever, pay for gas or buy shit there, energy drinks, whatever. They have an apple spice donut that keeps looking at me every time I go in there. And
have you never had that?
No, it looks so fucking good though.
Oh,
it comes in like a pack of 6, and just like they're right up at the counter, and I'm like, fuck, I want one of those so bad. But I've been trying.
I remember back in the days when you could get those one at a time out of the case yourself.
They look delicious. They really do. I'm gonna pull the trigger on them soon. I mean, I'm just waiting for that. Just to kind of a couple more days in the fall. I really want to feel the breeze. Maybe the leaves need to drop a little bit, and then I'm going to pull the trigger. That's what I'm going to do.
They're starting to change. I was looking at them today.
Do you ever go for the like the color drives or anything like that? Where you're watching all the leaves and shit? What's
Absolutely.
a good route? What's a good route to
all
take
over
around
the place,
here?
man? Well, I mean, obviously there's like M22 up north is just a solid place, you know. If you want to hit that spot like this year, probably gonna be like the 17th to like the 22nd, 23rd.
That's tomorrow.
Of October.
That's in 18 days.
Yeah, we got to time it from when this actually drops.
Yeah, there you go. So, yeah, that's a good spot to go. Obviously, I think that's probably where the bulk of people from our area would go anyways. It's
nice.
A pretty popular spot. You know, my folks live up north, so I'll pop up there and hang out with them for a while and just kind of bum around town where they live and
Nice.
check out the ski resorts and hike around the area up there.
Shoot some porn while you're up there. Just make a little money.
Ski instructor.
Nope. I'd
Forager.
Well,
I actually
Dairy
thought of a
forager?
couple one-liners. Can we go back into this for a quick minute?
Sure,
Because I think
would
I
love
have
to.
some, we can do at least some taglines.
Hey,
Yeah, let's
hey,
just
can we
dive
can we
right
roll
back
in?
into
I'm
it.
sure you already have a musical segment for this. Can we actually roll that in
Yeah.
right now? Blade, 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 blade does porn. Blade, 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 blade does porn. Blade, 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 doing porn. Ba, 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 da. It's something like that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay,
Big
go ahead.
bandy. I want it to be flashy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, like theater lights, got it. So you're a postal worker, all right, and then you've got we'll get the woman. She'll be completely naked except for the waist down. She'll be wearing a strap on and wearing a Trump mask, and you'll be dressed as a postal worker, and you'll just look behind and be like, you know how I know you're the government? You're fucking me in the ass.
Oh, now I want to know, what do you think will be funnier, bleeping that out, or just leaving it? Because I feel like we should only bleep it out when Blade says it, right?
Oh man.
Yeah, I think that was I think it was a one trick pony. I think that might come up later, but only in that one instance it was really funny. So we'll see how it goes.
The girl has the Trump voice, and she's like, "You're taking that dick. It's beautiful. You love it. It's fantastic. You're taking." Oh, it's creepy. So I was on a website earlier, and
Doing more research.
yeah, I actually did some research. Let me pull out my paper
Fuckers. It's just
because it's 2020 and I still write on paper.
No, you don't. It's a blank sheet of paper, you fucking asshole.
Oh, let's go. Where's
Yep.
handwritten?
Yeah,
Handwritten. Ooh.
I can
Where's
computer
the-
program,
hey,
but
you
I
know what?
fucking still write
Do you
on
have
paper.
do you have the porno research? Just hold it up to the screen and Kyle take a screenshot. Fucking asshole's hands are all over the goddamn thing.
All right. So, was checking out this website, right? And it's actually
God, you're such a dick.
you love it. You fucking love it.
I almost fell out of my chair earlier, so we gotta kill the sound, guys. We're getting a little wild.
It's all that fucking apple schnapps or whatever you're drinking. So I was on this website and they were pairing fall beers with different dishes, and I thought it was kind of interesting. Tell me what one you think sounds the best. So there's Four Noses Brewery, which is in Broomfield, Colorado. They have a pump action Imperial Pumpkin Ale. Say that 5 times fast, Blade. Go ahead.
Nope.
All right. They said this one has a lot of sweet notes to it, so it's best with pie. I think that would be really good. There's Rogue, which is from Newport, Oregon. They have a hazelnut brown nectar. Have you guys had that before?
I have had that before. Yeah, pretty
Yes.
tasty.
So it's got, I guess, a pretty malty finish. I don't remember ever having the brown from Rogue, but they recommend it with a hearty, beefy stew or pie. I kind of want to try that, like an Irish pie or something like that. So that one might be on the docket. You know what I'm saying?
Pie review next week. Pie review is perfect.
Let's just all slam
Derek's
our faces in the
pie review.
Derek does pie, Blade does porn. Da 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 da. The brewery from Placentia, California, I think is what it's called. Yeah, I know. I don't know. Placentia. That's literally what it fucking looks like. If you're from Placentia, California, let us know. So Midnight Autumn Maple Imperial Ale. That sounds fucking awesome. A lot of cinnamon, a lot of nutmeg. You're supposed to have it with some type of brownie. I don't know if it's got wheat in it or what, but they said pair it with a brownie.
Yeah, that sounds like it's good.
Yeah, so I kind of want to try that. Great Lakes Brewery. We're all familiar with that one. Cleveland, Ohio. They have the Oktoberfest, which is kind of like a spiced German brew. They said definitely do some type of fall backyard barbecue and just fucking pound those. That's really, really good for that. Dogfish Head, Milton, Delaware. They got a pumpkin ale, brown ale. Pumpkin ale, brown ale. A lot of brown sugar in there. Real pumpkin meat, they even said. This one pairs well with sharp cheddar, so they recommend twice baked potatoes. Something really sharp cheddar with it. Really not, I guess, hits out of the park.
There's
Founders.
some red cartoons on those too. You see the cartoons on the dogfish head labels?
Yeah, oh yeah. Those are sweet.
Big fan.
Those are
Big
nice.
fan.
They kind of remind me of like the Hunter S. Thompson a little bit, right? Kind of like scratchy like that, kind of gonzo looking. Is it? Am I thinking of the right ones? No,
That's not-
I'm thinking of a different.
That's not Dogfish Head.
Oh, that's Flying.
That's Flying Dog.
Yeah, that's Flying
Yeah.
Dog. My bad. Yep. Founders, Grand Rapids, Michigan, home base. We got the Harvest Ale. This one's a little bit different for fall beers. Bright IPA, citrus, melon. Pairs well with any bright type of dish. So if you're doing something like off for the fall, so you're doing like lemon chicken one night, Thai wraps, something like that, pair it with the Harvest Ale from Founders. And then Southern Tier out of Pittsburgh has a pumpkin imperial ale. A lot of vanilla in there, cloves, cinnamon, allspice. Eat or drink that bitch for Thanksgiving dinner. So they say load up Southern Tier, the pumpkin imperial ale. Yep, Thanksgiving Day, drink that.
You guys
So
ever
that's
get
what I
those
got.
Jones sodas that were like mashed potatoes and gravy and like turkey dinner?
Oh,
I
those were
remember
so
when those were out,
gross.
but I didn't get them.
Yeah.
Because
I
it
never got
sounded
them
fucking
either, but I remember
I-
seeing the bottom like, haha, that's awesome. And
No,
it's
Scott
like,
and I drank
no,
a
thanks.
couple of those, and they were like, dude, one tasted like a fart. I remember that. It was super bad. Like, if a fart had a taste, that's what it tasted
well, sometimes they do.
like. Yeah. Do you guys drink
Never
any of
had
those
one.
beers I just mentioned? Do you guys fuck with any of those?
Well,
Occasionally,
I don't drink.
Oh,
I-
that's
I
right.
don't-
Hey, Blade, I'm going to do a weed review next week where that pairs well with food.
Oh, okay. Well,
Just for
well,
you.
there.
Blade does
Sounds
porn. Porn. Blade does porn.
All right. Well, just driving that home. And
Yep.
Derek, did you actually? So okay, this thing that you just the whole list.
Yeah.
That you did.
Yep.
Somebody else did all that work, right?
No, fuck no. I did it.
So you didn't just take all of those beer pairings and recommendations. You went and searched all that shit out.
No, there was like a critic on a website that already kind of had all that staged, but I thought it was interesting. I was reading it and I'm like, oh, this sounds actually pretty good. Like, no, I want to try them, man. I didn't go out and fucking test all those and like pair it with a dish. That's way too much work. Do you know how fucking lazy I am? No, I went to a website. They had a lot of recommendations for fall beers, and I just rolled with it. Dude, what? Fuck you. I'm not. You know what? You guys haven't paid me yet. Until you pay me, I ain't doing research like that. I ain't even showing a titty on this motherfucking podcast until you guys pay me. Wait, are you guys
Nobody
getting paid?
sees it. Nobody's getting paid.
Oh, okay.
Nobody's getting paid.
Well, shit.
I'm
When you
just
guys
wondering
get paid,
if,
pay me. I'll show some titty.
do you want to just link to that article so that people can read that article?
No, I don't even remember where it was at. No, don't even remember where it was at.
Your internet history possibly has that information.
I think it was on my phone.
It's
All right,
just a-
Blade. What do you
So,
have
tell
to
my
bring
word.
for this week's bullshit? You got anything?
I don't. Not
Mother-
really.
Fuck. Anything? You got nothing?
Well, I mean, I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
The fall, man.
We're going back to the porn list.
Going back to the porn list, yeah. So like,
All right, I'm gonna do a
see
fall
if
edition
things-
of the porn
things that
list.
I've done
Fall edition.
since the last
Yard work
episode.
guy.
That
Yard guide. Leaf bagger. He's the best leaf bagger in the world. I swear to God, the leaf
I've
suit's
definitely done
fantastic.
lawn
What do you-
maintenance and landscaping in the last week. I've also been hiking,
Okay.
Oh.
stuff like that. So I guess like several of your made up professions could exist in those two things.
Absolutely. So the last time we talked, I know you were talking about pretty good dishes that you've been eating recently. You want to drop any, share any? Because I kind of got a food hard on when you're talking about them.
Like things that I've made.
You've
recently?
eaten recently, yeah. I forget what one you were talking about, but it got me going. But now
I
you
did.
can't remember.
I did some steaks again the other night.
Oh, that's right.
Were they
Yes.
steaks?
Yes,
The
I think
steaks,
so.
Like just put them in the oven, like real thick steak,
Mm.
ribeye,
Mhm.
inch and a half thick. Throw it in the oven around like 220 degrees for 45 minutes or so. Take it out, rest it for 10 minutes, and then throw it in that cast iron skillet, screaming hot. Butter, garlic.
Just
you know.
bathe it. Just do the bath
Yep.
on it. Spoon it.
Just throw that down.
Let me ask you a question. S&P or no S&P?
Oh yeah, always.
You do the S&P?
Oh yeah, heavily.
Okay.
heavily.
All right.
Yeah,
I know there's a
salt
lot of
pepper,
debate
crazy.
about this, if people actually use salt and pepper on their steaks or not.
Okay, here's what I'll say straight up. Before cooking, salt and pepper, everything, to a varying degree. That's up to your taste then.
Mhm.
Now, if you are going to take your steak or whatever cut of meat and add salt and pepper right away without tasting it first, I feel like that's where you're committing the food crime.
So I'm right there with you. I grew up Polish, which we are known to eat the blandest fucking food on the planet, and just lots of meats, no fucking seasoning. So I am all about the seasoning now. I actually hated tacos and steak until I was like in college. I'm like, holy shit, this stuff's actually really good. Not like, Mom, are you listening? Hopefully you're not. Not like the shit my mom made, man. Just bland as bland. Holy crap. Think she's gonna listen? Fuck.
No,
No.
there's no
safe?
way
Okay.
she's listening this far in.
All right, cool. I'm safe.
She definitely.
Yeah,
gave
dude,
up.
she didn't even use any type of seasoning or anything, dude. She would take meat for tacos and just brown the fucking meat. And I'm like, what is this bullshit? Literally, it was just browned fucking ground beef in a shell, and it was terrible.
Derek, your tacos are ready.
Your tacos are ready.
Here's my cigarettes. Where are my cigarettes at?
My mom did smoke growing up, yeah. She didn't really have that voice, though. Try a
No,
different
she
voice.
didn't. Your mom was a sweet fucking lady. I find it hard to believe that she deprived you of basic taco
She's
seasonings.
way better now. Man, it's just how she grew up. Jesus Christ. It was strange that I was actually a chubby kid growing up, because I feel like the food I was eating was bullshit. So you'd think I'd be like pencil thin.
Yeah, you learn.
Say
You
la
live
vie.
and you learn. Say
That's
la
right.
vie.
Yeah, right. Whatever.
So what's your guys' point of reference on fantasy? I know that we talked briefly on this at some point or another, but like what's your go-to, like if you're going to watch a fantasy movie, you're going to watch something like Willow, Lord of the Rings, or you more like Dark City, or something more sci-fi, steampunky. What's your go-to like fantasy sci-fi?
Oh, when you said Willow, game on, man. I just watched that, I think, last week. I think I watched that a couple times every year. That movie's fucking fantastic.
Mhm. I too have watched that recently.
Dude, I love anything fantasy. It's like, I don't even like, it can be dorky wizards like Harry Potter. It could be, hardcore big battle scenes like Lord of the Rings. I'm all over fantasy, man. If it's got anything to do with magic and dragons and myths, I love that shit. I'm trying to think of like a fantasy steampunky one. Dark City, but I can't really think of other ones in that category. There's one with Christian.
Brazil.
I don't think I've
Brazil.
ever watched that. What is that?
It's Terry Gilliam from Monty Python.
Okay.
And it's like a weird futuristic, kind of seems post-apocalyptic society, and it's just real psychedelic.
Weird dystopian psychedelia.
There's a
It's
really...
like Pink Floyd's The Wall.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. There's a weird one with Christian Bale. Have you guys ever seen it? I think it's called like Equilibrium or something like that.
Yep.
That
I've seen that a couple times.
Nuts.
They like take the emotion suppressing medicine or something like that.
And I don't know if I like that movie. It's
You've seen it. I watched it a couple times.
I don't know if I actually liked it or not. I really do like the dystopian movies, like that type of shit. Like you guys ever seen Children of Men?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
Yep, seen that.
great flick.
just waiting, just waiting.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good.
All these movies, you're like, yeah, that's our future right there.
Mm-hmm.
Matrix,
I know,
that's real.
I'm actually waiting on that shit.
Coming up a little quicker than we thought.
Slowly building my karate skills up. For survival. And
You sure you want karate to be your martial art?
what are you trying to say?
What is your specialty going to be? Jiu-jitsu?
I don't know.
I mean, you
Blade,
like
hey,
something a
what's
little-
your porn names? Your porn moves again? I'll just call it one of
Jiu-jitsu.
those. Jiu-jitsu, I don't really like... I have a bad back. I don't really like taking it to the ground, So I think that one's probably out for me. I want to stand up.
I think most martial arts are out for you if you have a bad back.
Well, that, and I'm
Maybe some Tai Chi.
pretty highly unmotivated, so...
Highly
unmotivated. That's gonna be the name for this episode.
That is definitely the name of the episode. Well done.
I
Well
will
done,
buy
Peacock Derek.
I will buy some throwing stars. I think I could probably do a lot of damage with some throwing stars.
Or
Even
a
if-
ranged weapons kind of guy.
I wanna kind of go old school with it, man. I don't know if I want okay, I probably should have like modern technology brought into this, but I really want to like fucking chop assholes heads off with samurai swords, and I want to throw ninja stars at them.
Maybe do some magic like your other new video game.
Maybe use a kill a sai every once in a while. You like these kill a sais?
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad you guys brought up Dungeons and Dragons, because I think that you would be a perfect fit into this tight, beautiful community. Let me bring you in. Welcome.
Yes. Thank you. Do you have like a celebratory beer or anything for me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm drinking it right now.
Oh,
When do I get
how's
the
it taste?
t-shirt?
T-shirt, you have to pay $7 for shipping and handling, and then we'll send it out after about 2 weeks.
So Kyle, you want us to play this really bad, and I'm all for it because I am a fantasy dork, so I'm all for doing this. What are all the classes? What would be a good fit for Blade and I?
Well, I'm going to ask you a bunch of questions first, because I'm kind of curious on why you guys haven't been interested beforehand. And I guess it might be just general popularity, but it's been pretty widely available for some time now.
Since we're like alive, yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
I mean, you've seen Stranger Things, right?
Right.
Because it just got more popular again because there's this explosion of youngins who
The demigod
into it.
or demigoggin, whatever the fucking bad guy is. What they
Yep.
call it? Yeah, Demi Moore.
Yep, Walter Goggins.
Demi Moore.
Walter Goggins. I like him.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
I actually like Walter Goggins too. I fucking love him. Fuck you, Neil Gamby.
So I was going to come into I just kind of Blade, what's your problem with Skyrim? I'm just going to come out and be like, what's up, bro?
I don't have a problem with Skyrim. I just don't want to play Skyrim because it's boring to me.
Okay. So what about it is boring? Like, what's the aspect that's like bumming you out?
Just the
Too
combat
open?
mechanic. No, it's not even that it's too open. It's just the combat mechanics aren't like fluid. It's not a very like clean feeling or looking game by today's standards. You know, I guess I didn't
It was when it
adopt
was released.
Yeah, I know. And it is in many ways still a very beautiful game.
Mm-hmm.
The scenery in that game is still, especially with like a couple of the mods, it's still like one of the most impressive games, I think, with regards to scenery and stuff.
Won a shit ton of awards.
Yeah, it's a beautiful game.
Mhm.
And I know that it's a
VR now, some say.
immense game with regards to content and playability, and replay, I guess, to a degree and whatever. And I know that there's ways to start fresh and maintain certain perks and shit. It's a great game. It's just not for me.
Fair. Way to
Slow.
give it praise without like, yeah, you didn't totally step on it. You said it's a good game, but not for me. I respect that.
Okay.
I am all for the fantasy, man. I grew up playing World of Warcraft and shit. You got me hook, line, sinker. Like,
Okay, that's a good point of reference.
Yeah.
I was gonna say between Skyrim, World of Warcraft,
mhm.
and then your basic literary knowledge. If you read anything like middle school and high school that had to
Mhm.
do with hobbits or elves,
Yep.
you need to have like a decent idea about like fantasy world.
Sure.
So, I mean, really, the game all kind of depends on the group of players and whoever's going to run the game. So the dungeon master, or game
gotcha.
master.
Yep.
So they're going to be the one responsible for kind of narrating the story, while the players are also going to be contributing to the story with their own free actions, deciding what they do, where they go, who they talk to.
Sure.
So there's a lot like Skyrim. It's an open concept for the most part, or at least it's meant to seem that way. There's a lot of books that people can run out of. They have pre-written adventures that are published from Wizards of the Coast, and then they have a lot of independent people putting stuff out on like Patreon and various places,
Mhm.
RPG Drive-Thru online. You have a lot of different outlets to actually like post stuff, so you can play other people's adventures. But you'll have to feel out what kind of game you guys want to play. You know what I mean? So like, are you more into
Sexy
like
game.
some like sexy, like ultra violent, like you guys are just like hack and slash going through a dungeon, just like killing things until you get the bad guy with the big treasure? Or do you want to do like
The big-breasted women.
Oh yeah,
Are they
do
in?
some,
Are they not in this game?
fully cheesing heavy metal
Yeah,
style?
cheesing,
exactly. Can we do
heavy
that?
metal. Give it some heavy metal vibes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so you
absolutely.
guys want like heavy metal, like space fantasy? Like
I mean, dude, I can go
Korgoth
like,
the Barbarian.
I can go like to the cloth, like core fantasy. I love all that shit. Druids, fucking bards, all that stupid shit. I know
Druids,
all
fucking
that
bards,
stuff.
and everything.
Like, yeah, man, I'm in.
Okay,
I'm always a
so, like,
supporter role. So do you got like a priest or a cleric?
So there's some good supporting roles. Cleric
Okay.
is the most basic, like healer, stat boosting. Bard is also pretty solid as far as jack of all trades. You can do a little bit of everything. So there's some offensive and good defensive stuff you can pick up.
Okay.
Paladin is more of like a heavy hitter, and then you have the option for some support, but generally it'll be like heal, and then they have like some reactionary things they can do as far as like shielding and protecting the other people.
Okay.
And then it kind of trickles down from there. Druid has a little bit of healing. You can play as a monk. Generally, that's somebody that is proficient in martial arts. You don't need weapons to actually fight, and a lot of the times they're also infused with magic. Wizard can pick up some stuff like that. There's that, and the sorcerer, you can kind of dabble in some healing stuff, but they're primarily like a long range. Preferably, they're very fragile generally.
Okay. A lot of what you're saying has been adapted into World of Warcraft. Like every class that you're saying, there's a class in which rightfully so. I mean, I guarantee they just basically took Dungeons and Dragons and made it into a video game, an MMO.
Yeah,
so.
every video game that you've played that has something to do with like fantasy, turn-based action, has been based off of tabletop role-playing games. Dungeons and Dragons is probably the most renowned. Also, though, there's several. Some even independent games are pretty cool. They have some single RPGs. They just use like the same dice, and you kind of just create players on the fly.
Okay.
But definitely right now, Dungeons and Dragons is just blowing up. Like they're putting stuff out left and right.
Hell yeah, dude. Let's get into it. Let's do this. So
give it a shot.
So what do we gotta do first? Do we pick our class?
So what you're thinking? You're more of a supportive class. Yeah, you're gonna want to go somewhere along.
I want to have the ability to fuck stuff up, but I do like the supporting role. I've always been a fan of that.
Okay. And kind of depending on what you're looking at, it's going to be varying degrees of difficulty. Like there's more details you'll have to memorize in certain classes.
Sure.
Like a paladin is going to be slightly more complicated because he has more options for buffs or spells.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like if you're going in as a cleric, they're pretty much like heal. You do have some offensive spells based on like what subclass you pick. There's like different
this is hardcore.
Like
there's a lot to it.
Yeah, there's a lot to it. So once you pick what you want to go into, you can kind of break it down because it does evolve pretty quickly. But it's pretty much you can make whatever you're imagining. So like you said, you want to be a healer. I would say you want to be either a cleric or a bard is pretty good, but you're going to definitely be able to pull some damage.
Druid kind of pulls me in a direction. I might check out Druid. I have so in World of Warcraft I have a priest and a druid, so those two. Okay. Yeah.
Do some animal stuff. You get a little animal buddy.
A little bit of animal stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not like wait. Wait, did you guys just bait me into
You can clear that up too if you'd like.
Yeah. Not sexy time animal stuff. I want to transform into an. Is that better, Blade?
Just clap it right out.
Okay.
Just clap that
Hold
right
up.
out.
And cut. He's going to leave that in. I know he's going to.
Did he freeze? Is he frozen? Or is he...
Nope, he's just biting his lip. He's just biting his lip. Yep.
I'm just waiting. Yep. Just waiting for it out.
I have to admit that I am a bit intimidated by the vastness of everything that you've just gone over, Kyle. I feel like it was like a whirlwind of Dungeons and Dragons information
and not me. I soaked all that up just because I've grew up playing that shit.
Come on, dummy.
Oh
No,
Jesus.
it is quite a bit, but really you'll mostly have to just worry about what you're capable of doing. You're not going to be able to do everything all at once.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys who are, they're going to power build their characters. So there's like, oh, I'm a fighter, so my strength and dexterity constitution, just going to put all my stats up through the roof. And I think you guys are pretty familiar with a lot of those. You'll see a lot of game stats that are like dexterity, charisma, wisdom. They have all those that you're going to make rolls against. Generally, the DM or the game master is going to say, I need you to roll a d20, and then they'll say whatever the skill that you'll have to check is. Once we figure out what your skill points are, you see that you have a modifier, yada, yada, you're doing math. But other than that, like if you run it through, Derek, you were looking at D&D Beyond. Yeah, that's a pretty good builder where you can put everything together online, and it'll do a lot of the work for you as far as like
I like
putting your
work being done
attributes
for
and
me.
like picking your stuff.
Okay.
So you're not like having to read through a book and like go back and forth.
Blade, I think you'll need that too.
That'll be the less intimidating way for
Yeah, definitely
sure.
send me the link.
So if we're picking out Blade's class, he definitely needs something sexy.
So
what
if you
would
want to go
recommend?
basic, I mean, I would say barbarian. Just go shirtless. You don't have any armor, so you're just
you
like
are definitely a
loincloth,
barbarian. Oh yeah, dude,
svelte.
all day long.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, yeah. You're a barbarian. Absolutely. You just slay goblins, and then you slay the stuff that comes after goblins. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
What?
I don't.
Oh, okay, cool. Vagina,
But I can pretend that I do. Oh,
or other things if you're into that. I don't know, dude. I don't really. I don't know. Whatever.
so barbarian, you think? huh?
Yeah. You could get on
get
board with
some-
that, right?
Yeah, so if you want to go for a magic class, I would say that's a little bit more difficult to get into, just because you're kind of dealing with all the basic actions plus magic. Whereas if you're going for just a martial archetype, you're going to go kind of gradually, one step at a time, into the different things that you can do, and it'll be kind of laid out in front of you. You
Yeah,
start
I don't
making
mind
weird
easing into it. You know?
Yeah, you make weird decisions, and you're just like, I'm gonna do some magic and this and that. And people who try to you can multi-class, you can mix, like, I'm gonna be part rogue and I'm going to be a warlock, and then they're like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So it can be confusing. Something like a fighter would be pretty straightforward. They have mostly, attack options. Rogue is also pretty attack heavy, where you're, real sneaky, coming around trying to slit throats or, steal from people.
Blade's been
It's-
known to slit a throat or two.
Yep. And again, even Bard is kind of all over the place. You can kind of dabble in magic and still have a lot of attack options. So,
Okay.
you can try it, and if you don't really like it, you can maintain mostly, physical combat, and then go that route, but still staying with the same character. So,
Oh yeah, he's a barbarian all
Yep.
day long,
yep.
dude. Pop
I'm
that
just
shirt
picturing
off,
the
baby.
loincloth
Pop
right
that shirt
now.
off. Yeah, you're a barbarian.
Yeah.
To
All right.
to ease some of your doubt, Blade, a buddy of mine just started playing this and actually got his wife into it, and she was not into the idea of doing it at all, and she says it's fucking awesome. All they do is basically shoot the shit, drink, and then do a move here and there. So it's I don't really think it's going to be anything that's going to be too challenging.
I'm not concerned over the difficulty of it.
Okay. Tight.
Just my attention span.
Oh.
Yep,
Oh, too
yep,
good for
I
you.
understand
Okay.
that.
Okay.
It's going to be my
Yeah,
attention span. is the main
It pretty much comes down to the story, and then whoever's running the game, if they can captivate or like even lead what's going on, and you're like, yeah, I'm following everything, and
Mhm.
I'm into it.
Have you ever been
did you
dungeon
want-
master before?
a handful of times?
So we got a pro.
Yeah.
Okay.
Amateur.
I'm feeling pretty
hobbyist.
comfortable that we're in good hands.
Yeah. He won't steer us wrong.
Kyle's never led us astray. Obviously, my attention span is minute when it comes to this kind of stuff, and I do like fantasy shit a lot. I like
Blade, I think you'll like this once we get going.
fantasy books more than TVs and movies, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
to a degree. But I am interested, and I will play along. I am curious about this ranger class. As soon as you said, like, some nature perks and
Mhm.
that kind of sounds
Your
like
nipples
something
got
up
a little
my.
pokey.
It has some buffs too. Like it can like up its attack, give it self advantage on rolls, which means you can roll twice and then take the higher number on there. There's also, like I said, animal familiar you can get. You can utilize that for surveillance or depending on like what you're able to do.
Like a hawk or something.
You can be falconer.
And you're a ranged damage dealer, right? Like he's ranged attack, right? So he probably more
range. You can have some other martial weapons. But again, it's like whatever you want it to be. Like you could say, I want to be a ranger and I'm going to model it after Batman, to the best of your abilities. You could do that. You could say it's cloaked and has like a mask on so you don't see his face, that sort of thing. It's all whatever you want it to be. So, I mean,
I'm going to be nasty with this. We're going to, I assume we're going to be drinking when we do this and maybe play like
the masked ranger.
Maybe play like a so how does Dungeons and Dragons normally go? Is it super fucking serious or is it like we can have
you can do whatever you want, man. You can go ahead and say like we're going to go and save the princess, and what happens is the vampire bites her and turns and upon seeing that she's been bitten, she jumps out the window and like crashes like 20 stories down or something like that. Make it real bleak and
You've
scary.
Done this before. Wow, you pulled me in with that. I fucking got excited.
He's a storyteller.
Yeah, you are natural.
So
born.
I mean, it again's like, do you guys want to listen to like narration and exposition, or do you want to be like, okay, you come across this cave, you heard that's haunted, and then you have 3 skeletons come out, and then you guys fight?
I want more,
because then it'll just be like action,
fucking
action.
I want some action in it, but goddamn, the first thing you were going into such depth, I want a good story. I like to read. I want a good story.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I tell you what. How would I arrange something then? You guys will build up some characters, and we'll do maybe like a Halloween run.
Okay,
we'll do something spooky.
Yes, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. Blades in. So Blades Ranger. You're going with the Ranger.
Yeah, I think.
Can we
do that.
see any type of like nipple or?
Do you guys want me to just take my shirt off right now?
A little bit.
I mean,
oh,
god damn. Look at the hair on that. I fucking love
Does it remind
that.
you of Tom York?
Who's that?
Radiohead, right? Is that him? Mark Thomas.
Oh, yeah, that guy. That guy.
Mark Thomas?
Fucking guy.
Wait.
Mark Dave Thomas. Dave Thomas from Wendy's?
Where's the beef? Hey, everybody, we had a great time tonight. I hope you had a good time.
Mike Gonky, and good night.